Good morning everyone and welcome back with another video. We are finally here. We have Lago di Castel Gandolfo at the back and there's also the Pope's house for the summer, and we are ready to talk about everything that concerns my back box. So if you're watching this video, you might be interested in trips and this is the right video for you. Might seem stupid to say, but the first thing I think about when I have to go on a trip is what I'm gonna wear. Depending on where you're going, it might be the mountains or the lake or the desert, you will have to wear different things. I've always worn very specific clothes for winter or for the summer, but this time I'm collaborating with a brand which is called SUDSTAR, and it's an Italian brand, but they're selling all over the world. And the good thing is they've sent me a 4-season jacket and these trousers. So in this case, as I'll be traveling to Albania, I'll be going through the mountains, through the lakes, through the plains, and very close to the sea. There will be different types of weather and different temperatures. So in this case, my choice will be exactly the 4-season uniform. To begin with, I have a pair of trousers, which is made of Cordura 600. That's the level of durability. And on the knees, you have a level 1000 Cordura. I also have a jacket, which is this one, which is also made in Cordura 600, and it's got a lot of pockets. As a content creator, you have to take a lot of batteries and gear, which include my drone, my GoPro 8, my GoPro 10, my Insta360 X3. I also have the camera I'm recording on and the iPhone 16 there. I will obviously be wearing my boots and gloves and these sunglasses. I've never worn sunglasses in my life. I've never been keen on sunglasses, but this time I have a pair. It's got photochromic lenses and it's very useful for weather changing conditions. I just have like a transparent visor, so these are perfect for what I need to do. Now let's go and see directly what we have in the back box, because everyone has his favorite gear, but when it comes down to emergency situations, that's where we all need the same things. First, let me take my jacket off. Yeah, boy. The first thing I checked that is in my back box is this one, the ASMAX T20 Jump Starter 7-in-1. This one here, as the name says, is a jump starter, but it also works as a power bank, as a tire inflator for motorbikes, for cars, for bicycles, and also for bowls. With this kit, you get the inflator, a charging cable, a USB-C one, and you also get the cables to jump start it. It also has a flashlight, so in case anything happens at night, you can start again and you can see what you're actually doing. Sometimes though, you might need an inflator because you've popped a tire. So before using this, you will need this kit. This kit includes a lot of different tools that you can use or that will allow you to remove any nails, to repair it and start again. So once you've done this, then you can actually use the inflator. On top of this, it might be very useful to have these things with you. As it happened to me in France, I broke my radiator, then I found these very useful. There are the zip bands and some duct tape. These two things are something that I highly recommend having with you in your back box if you're going for a trip of about 5,000 kilometers. And in some countries in Europe, it's also compulsory to have in your back box the high visibility vest and the first aid kit, which I haven't used yet, but I hope I won't need it. Going on with things that I have in the back box, we have a lot of tiny bits, which include the iron wire, the G-roller, some chain and brake cleaner, and then some chain spray white. Something that has happened to me several times with my phaser, and I've been saved by other motorcyclists on the road, was that my oil light turned on, and so since then I've always brought with me 1 liter of engine oil. Now, talking about camping with motorcycles, which is something that I often do, several things or tools or objects come to my mind. The first one is this one. It's a torchlight by Wurkkos. All the objects I'm talking about, you will find the links in the description. This one is the Wurkkos DL06 and it's a 15,000 lumen torchlight which can illuminate, I mean, if you turn it on to the maximum power at night, I mean, it's daylight and you can see the difference. This one is very, very good. I also have a very portable one. It's the size of a thumb. Well, I'm 2 meters tall, so my thumb is huge, but it's the size of a thumb, I can say. And this one is very helpful, useful, because you can attach it wherever you want, and it's also got a magnet. So in case you're working on something and you have a cap or a t-shirt and it's dark, then you can place it there and you have your hands free. Going back to the riding, you start the morning and it's sunny, and then middle of the day or middle of the ride, it becomes cloudy and then you think it's gonna rain. Something I always have with me is a waterproof jacket and waterproof trousers. Always remember, if it rains hard, you will get wet. No! There's a few more things that I want to tell you about, and the first one is about camping. When I go camping, I just take a pillow, an inflatable mattress and a tent. It's a small size one, and whenever I'm traveling, it takes me 10 minutes to put it up and 10 minutes to pack it up. It's always in my back box, even if I'm not planning on camping, because you never know if you break down. As I've already said, you find a nice spot next to a lake in the mountains, then you can just throw the tent and sleep there, which is amazing. The last two things are the ASMAX F1 waterproof intercom and the CARPURIDE display, which is also waterproof. I've always found this intercom very useful because being waterproof, I can wear it even if it's raining. It's never given me any problems. It lasts very long and it's got the fast charging. Talking about the display, this one has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is very useful because every time I go out, I don't have to take my phone out. I can just change destination or whatever I want to see. Even with my gloves on, the display shows me the maps, the messages, the music I have, and it has a lot more features. It's also very good because you can connect it to your intercom and you can give it voice commands. So without even touching it, you can say, "Hi Max, take me to Rome," and then it will take you to Rome. Even if it's already got a route set, then it will change it to the last thing you asked him. So these two paired together are, I would say, amazing. They're a game changer. Now, I said the last two things, but there's another one, which is something that nobody thinks about when they're traveling. And I'm not talking about technology or emergency kits or anything like that. It's just a precaution that you can take when you're traveling. For example, now you can see my motorbike is on its stand, obviously like any motorbike. But what happens is that sometimes we put down our stand and guess what? The floor is not hard, so the motorbike just drops. So what I often do is, or what I always take with me on longer trips, especially when I'm camping and you can camp on soil, so it's not very hard, I always take this, a piece of wood. It's simple, but it's the best solution. It's something that I highly recommend for people who travel a lot, and also if they go off-road and they want to get off their motorbike for like 2 minutes, 10 minutes, or even if they want to have a picnic. Now, with that being said, I'm sure I've said everything. This was a way of giving you some tips and also for myself to check that everything is in the back box, because as you know, I'm about to leave for a long trip all the way to Albania. If you liked the video, please let me know in the comments below. Consider subscribing. Also, if you found it interesting or helpful and you have a friend that is about to leave for a trip, consider sending this video to him. And what else? I hope I will see you in the next episode. The first episode, I will be riding through one of the most beautiful passes in northern Italy, which is called Passo Giao. And we'll probably camp the first night very close to a famous lake in the Alps. I won't tell you much more, otherwise you will know everything. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.